But we got a lot to cover in a short amount of time, so this is the Catch-All Podcast, episode 18. I'd never say the date. I don't know why I was starting to there. Hey, I'm your host, Justin. I also got my usual co-host right here, Josh. And returning, we got Ryan. I ain't letting y'all talk.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good. I was like, it seemed like Justin was really unsure that it was episode 18, and also then really sure that I was his usual co-host. There was a lot of questioning.
I'm sure that I'm doing a podcast right now, so there's a lot of things going on.
You make a valid point. I do love that we pushed back the time to do the podcast, and it happened to be, 5 minutes after Trump got impeached that we're going live with a gaming podcast. It has nothing to do with politics, and I'm just mentioning it because, woo.
Yay.
But
Yay.
timing is everything in this world, so yeah.
So yeah, I forgot to say welcome to Catch-All Podcast, a water cooler for constant Calibrating, where we talk about gaming experiences and sometimes news.
Yep, sometimes
I need
news.
for that to top. What the fuck? That's my phone.
Folks, it's the last Catch-All for 2019. It's the last podcast of Constant Calibrating for 2019, and
my mind is fried. It is. I got things I gotta do.
We're in a place.
We are in time. I mean,
I've got
always
like major vacation brain. Like we leave on Friday for like a week.
Yeah, I finished up this week, and then I leave for I think Arizona on Sunday to go see my grandma. Maybe a Josh. We'll see.
I mean, I've still been waiting for you to confirm the dates, and hopefully I see you for at least a few minutes.
I will definitely be there on the 22nd.
Good to know.
Sunday, right? I honestly don't know the date I'm returning. My parents booked the ticket.
My
They said it to me.
No, 22nd Sunday, because Charno leaves for Disneyland Friday and comes back Sunday.
My guess is I'm leaving Thursday. That's what I suggested. I don't know if that's what they went with. I never actually looked at the email he sent me. Anyways.
You're going to get on a plane at some point. You're going to be in a desert.
Mm-hmm. No.
I mean...
All right. We're going to get right to... Not because I'm seeing my grandma, because I hate Arizona. Anyways, what game you play? Yeah. I've been doing some more Star Citizen. I'm excited. Something cool about Star Citizen is I'm realizing more diving into it is the community. It's actually pretty awesome.
That's what I've heard. I've heard one of the most refreshing things about Star Citizen, despite the fact that the game has just been in constant development, constant crowdfunding, is the community seems pretty cool.
No, I mean that, but it's like they're not like going silent with constant development. They actually have constant updates. One of the most transparent game developments I've ever seen.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, every day, or I might be a week, I'm not sure, but they do have a show where they actually talk about stuff they're working on, stuff they're excited to do, things they're working on. Well, I already said that part, but also if you have an issue with the game or a suggestion you want to throw out there, there's actually you can submit it to the council. There's a place for that. That's what they call it, and it actually gets voted on by the community, and that's kind of what they change your focus to.
Okay,
it's a good
That's
thing.
nifty. I want to be excited for Star Citizen, but it just feels like there's not enough solid ground for it. You know what I mean?
Ooh, Did you hear last episode?
No.
Yeah.
Last episode,
Justin
Justin seriously talked for about 45, I want to say.
I won't go through all that, but I'll just say it's finally at a point where you could play it and you got an idea what they're actually aiming for. It's a full universe, you can travel everywhere, do whatever.
Look, it's I gotta pay $50 to try a game.
I mean, look, I downloaded it last week after the episode. Didn't actually turn it on, but I downloaded it.
I have friends playing that are getting stupid sucked into it and paying stupid amounts of money for stupid ships.
No, let's not.
The ships are awesome, though.
Okay, we don't need to talk more about the ships. We talked so much about the ships last week.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing is
we'll talk tomorrow.
If you want to hear, if you want to hear more Star Citizen thoughts, go back to last week's episode and listen again,
or just ask me,
or just ask Justin at Justin_glorious on Twitter. He'll talk about Star Citizen with you. He'll come on your Star Citizen podcasts.
I will, with no knowledge of Star Citizen other than I tried it and I like it. But yeah, they actually got they're working on some cool tech too. They actually have a face mapping that is built in game that uses a basic webcam,
Mm-hmm.
and
cool.
you can use it to emote. I sent a weird video to Josh that he was really unnerved by. I might have to tweet it out later. But yeah, like it tracks your eyebrows, your eyes, and your mouth, and like it'll move your mouth. Like you'll see emotions in your eyebrows, depending on the character model. Like you'll see wrinkling in the head. It's really cool. And they also use it for basic head tracking, like when you're in your cockpit. So you look left, and your character looks left.
I mean, it's an extremely advanced version because it wasn't really tracking in the game, but it's an advanced version of what we got with GTA Online that, we made a couple of machinima intro-y things with and then never touched again.
More than that. 'Cause, like,
Well, this is
GTA
actual
Online-
tracking. That was just voice tracking.
Yeah, that was just like, hey, you talk. It could detect your talk, so your mouth starts moving.
Yeah.
This is like, I open my mouth, my character opens mouth. I do, one eyebrow up, the character will do one eyebrow up, kind of.
Can you make your character do an O face?
I did.
Just one of
but
these.
also-
That's going to go on Justin's OnlyFans account later on.
I will do that
this
and make
week.
that my Twitter picture. New profile pic. But yeah, but also like it does the head tracking stuff. This is something that like usually you have to pay for. Granted, this work better with like I forget what they call it, but it's like that something eye tracking.
Okay.
Kind of into most cases, but this one I'm just using my Logitech C920. It works. But yeah,
Is it?
pretty cool.
Are you talking about Toby?
Yes, Toby eye tracking. You're right. But yeah, this is just you just turn it on at options and it starts working. But yeah, that's it for that part. Ryan, why do you throw something out there, man?
What games do you play?
I keep
Okay.
forgetting if I want to like hand these off like game by game or just do big, hey, this is all I did. The next character and all they did. Audience, let me know. But Ryan, why have you been playing?
So I've been picking up some more Disco Elysium time. Still chipping away at it. If you haven't played it, won 1,000,000 awards. Great game.
Yeah, shout out to them.
And I have found Luke Plunkett said it earlier today, and it is the perfect way to describe this game to anybody. And it is D&D Inside Out. So D&D, the Pixar movie Inside Out, where you have all the things, all the voices in your head. It's perfect.
I like that. That is actually a very good. That is a very accurate for what I've played of it.
Yep.
Great.
Other than that, the usual, just some Warcraft, and I did end up getting an Xbox One, one of the all digital ones with Game Pass. So I've been kind of chipping away at some games that are on the Game Pass that I wanted to play but never really have. Like I checked out Hello Neighbor and I hated it. It's not not that great for me.
It's not our type
for
of
me.
game.
And I went back to State of Decay 2. Which
nice. Oh god, I need to get back to that.
I would love to play more of that. Actually,
it's. I mean, it was good. It was good, to begin with, and then Justin ruined everything for me by blowing up my truck.
Oh yeah, we used to play.
Yeah,
we did that.
How is it? Returning back to it since I made you hate it.
It's good. It's good. It's one of those Walking Dead simulator kind of games. Shh, I'm doing a podcast. Quit talking to the cat. It's a Walking Dead simulator, basically. You go around, you look for supplies, look for survivors, that kind of thing. Make sure your guys don't kill each other.
They can't die. They have permadeath.
Oh yeah, totally has permadeath. I remember I didn't like the character model that it generated for one of my survivors, and so I just jumped off a billboard until I died.
I mean,
so that
reasonable.
So they were no longer in my society.
That's one way to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna get something else because Josh only wrote one thing. So,
look, I've only been playing really one thing this week because that's my typical bullshit. Is I play one thing pretty much every week.
All right, go into it, Josh, because I got three more to knock out.
I mean, okay, sure, I'll go into. No, I mean, all I've been doing is I fired up a Pokemon Sword sometime last week. I don't remember exactly when. I finally fired it up. It was really cool playing it on console. I expected kind of like that I would play it on console and then just go straight into handheld mode. But playing like a Pokemon game in console was great. And then Like it was kind of surreal almost. And then I've actually been mostly playing a console, but I've been playing a handheld as well. I have 26 hours in, and for the first time since Pokemon Leaf Green, which was the Red and Blue one of the Red and Blue remakes, for the first time since then, I actually finished, gotten all 8 gym badges, and I'm on my way to the champions. So I'll probably actually finish a main story in a Pokemon game for the first time in 15 years.
If I want to pick it up for the trip or not.
Because
I'll have just my Switch and probably no internet connection.
I mean, you've kind of seen probably a lot of people say this, but essentially it's a revelation on Pokemon stuff, like what Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee did, where they took the blue and red game and added the Go like catching on it. Essentially, they took the best mechanics from Let's Go and put it into Sword and Shield. So the fact that you see the Pokemon, wandering the fields and stuff like that, and you know what you're getting yourself into. There are like random battles where like this tiny Pokemon in the grass also, and stuff like that, and random ones you could find. But like, yeah, you know what you're getting into, but it's not just like, oh, well, I'm just going to wander around. You know what? Some Pokemon are aggressive and they'll chase you out of the damn grass. And they will stalk your ass for a while, and it's funny as hell when it happens.
Like the monkeys in the movie.
Yep, kind of, yeah. But it's the catch mechanics are classic Pokemon. Everything else is classic. They didn't preserve anything from Let's Go. Combat feels good. The animations look good and look new. The Pokemons themselves look great. God, I never say it right. The Gigantamax or Gigamax or whatever the hell it is, stuff is really cool. Some Pokemon have like, they look cute and they're like, they're tiny mode, but when they get, made big, they actually have like really like special designs and stuff like that and things of that nature.
You can not like activate that and just like, make my monsters grow.
I 100% have, with absolute certainty. And you can only do that mode. It's Dynamaxing, is what the actual like term for the growing Pokemon. You can only do that during 7 of the 8 gym battles. I imagine it'll happen also in the championship battle, and then there's like raids that you could do with other people, because there's a multiplayer component in the game. You walk into the wild area, and if you turn on online connection, you will see other players wandering around. You can't really interact with them any more than you click on a person who's stutter walking by you, because it's laggy as hell. It's not like an MMO, you click on them and then they'll be like, hey, Ryan wants to Ryan is here and saying hi, and and then there's like a little quote that's like, hey, this item fell out of a tree and hit me in the head, you take it, and then they randomly give you a bag of like noodles.
That sounds
cool.
Like me.
Or they give you a pearl, or they give you some random item or something like that. And then there's like there's a bunch of different
pearl, but yeah,
there's a bunch of different things they could give you, because in the game there's a cooking mechanic, because you have not just a Pokédex, you have a Currydex.
What?
Ooh, I am awake. What's your favorite Gigantamax?
Yeah, Brandon's asking. So my favorite so far that I've seen is I really, really, really liked seeing, I forget, Grookey's final form. I can't remember what the hell it's called, Thwacker or something like that, with the drum. I enjoyed seeing really big, but also my son, Sirfetch'd, was great, which... in the Pokemon, you've always had ways to evolve Pokemon, which have been things like, hit a certain level or give them a certain stone or stuff like that. I don't know how this kind of stuff has been around for a while, because I haven't gotten this deep in Pokemon in a while, but Farfetch'd, who now has an evolution into Sirfetch'd, to evolve, you have to hit 3 critical hits in one battle, which is unnecessarily difficult to do, and it took me a very long time to do, but I was very happy. Game is super easy. It's a Pokemon game. They make it cripplingly easy to a fault. I'm not even trying to capture Pokemon. I actually gave up on really trying to fill out my Pokédex, and I just decided I wanted to mainline the story. So like, I'm still at all times 10 levels over at everyone I'm fighting. That being said, while it's easier to level up, the Pokemon on the what you're going against do hit harder. I almost every single trainer battle I get into have at least 1 or 2 Pokemon Fate, which I probably played through the entirety of the what is it, the Diamond Pearl generation, Sun and Moon generation, X and Y generation. I play Let's Go stuff. I played through all those games without fainting, as far as I did, like without fainting a single Pokemon on my team. So the game is actually harder.
Gotcha.
And yeah, but it's neat. And then the wild area is cool, which I kind of like touched on a little bit. You wander around. You can it's actually third person. So instead of being like a tracking shot as you walk around kind of thing, you actually can look around and do stuff. And there's Pokemon your level. There are Pokemon, they're 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 levels higher than you that you ain't got a chance in hell of doing anything with. And then the raid battles, which are neat. They didn't do anything for me. I sat waiting for someone to join my raid team for 10 minutes, and then it's like, or over and over again trying, and it's like, you just want to just like have us just give you some random NPCs on your team. It's like, yeah, please.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, this is the show where I like to talk about games, so I'm gonna go good. Finally finished Death Stranding. I really got nothing else to add. That did I finish it? It took a damn long time. Did you play it, Ryan?
I did.
You didn't like it?
It's a beautiful, very artsy game, but
did you get to chapter 3?
Yeah. I mean, just as like a game just to play, like
I get it.
It's not great.
It's not for everyone.
It's a great. It's a good game as an experience, but it's not. It's not like I'm gonna sit down and be like, God, I gotta get me some Death Stranding in.
I did. I want to build roads and zip lines for people, and I did. Ryan, bought a lot of zip lines through a mountain. I trekked that way. So
I probably liked them.
Yeah, I hope no one likes my stuff for some reason. But everybody uses them. I don't get it. Anyways, other than that, yeah, I finished Death Stranding. I played 10 minutes of Shenmue 3. I bought that.
Okay, so how was
inevitable.
How was your 10 minutes of Shenmue?
I mean, if you wanted a direct sequel to Shenmue 2, well, I mean, direct sequel, I mean,
made 20 years
came out after it, as in gameplay mechanic wise. Yeah, it's what it is.
So essentially kind of what we said about Outer Worlds, with it being a game from a different time but made now. But this is a game made from a different time. Yeah.
To be a game out of time.
Yeah.
I don't know if either plot him or slap him for it. Yeah, well, there's a reason. One, I want to finish Death Stranding. Two, I know I'm about to go on this trip. I kind of want to get back to it after. Also,
I played 10 minutes of Shenmue 2 on Game Pass because I was like, I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to play Shenmue 3. I got 10 minutes into Shenmue 2 and I was like, I'm going to see what else is on Game Pass.
And
not because it's a bad game. You just got to, it's one of those games you got to be in a mood for.
Yeah, because this one already starts off of looking for somebody, asking for something, asking what time they show up. They threw some stuff in there. I guess like you can now wait and just put you to that place. So you have to worry about waiting all day.
That's half the game.
You talk like they purposely made the people voice act like it was back when they originally shot it.
Like it was shitty.
Rio is still an ass. I think they're over here. I don't care. Let's go this way. Like stuff like he just completely disregards what anybody says to him, or makes just it's bad writing too. The menus look like Dreamcast menus. They have about as many features as they had back in the day. Like the controls are still the same. Like you have to hold the trigger to run for some reason. That controls your speed. It's like a messed up tank game.
Is the save icon a little VMU?
It might as well be.
It
is a direct sequel in every sense of the word. Now, it actually looks nice-ish. I want to say nice-ish because now instead of just having a block where they put a texture over it to try to like get all these details in someone's face, they actually try to animate them. But the one guy looks straight like Popeye. He like has the thick mullet. It's Shenmue, man. If you like Shenmue, you'll think this one's okay, just like the rest of them.
I like that. If you liked it, then yeah.
Yeah,
I got nothing.
But yeah, I'll put some more time into it, and we'll talk about it maybe beginning. We'll see next catch-all. Other than that, I got my index controller back. Yay! After my brother destroyed it.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, pain in the ass to get a hold of, but once you do, Steam support's actually pretty awesome. kind of want to say what they did because like that might, because that's like on record. Hey, you did for this person. It don't matter. But basically, they did me a solid. And the person I was in touch with, like anytime I replied to the ticket, that was the person that replied. At least that they wrote the same name every time. But I don't. It seemed like really personal. Like, hey, I'm here for you. You asked another question. I'll be right back for you. Like any, it's almost like you had this direct contact for one person to ask anything about your ticket you submitted. And yeah, once there, like they took care of it, got me a nice working controller again, and I can't wait to like get into Boneworks and stuff like that, which is probably the first thing I'm probably going to play on. Well, I actually played a little today. Tutorials too much. Anyways, I'll get into that later. So yeah, we got to talk about something. Because we kept not talking about something that we should have talked about because we all played it. Right, Josh?
I played it.
There we go. Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order. Wait, that's not how it goes. No, that is how it goes.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order, because that seems like we're planning a franchise here.
It seems like Star Wars Jedi is a franchise, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we all played it. Cool. Star Wars. A game that it's good. It's good.
It was very close to being my game of the year, in all honesty. What I will say about Fallen Order is that, so like, where did everyone play it? Because that makes a vast difference in how, did everyone go PC or?
I played on PC.
Okay.
PC as well.
PC, from everything I've read, PC was the best way to go. PS4 had the lion's share problem. Xbox One was okay, and PC didn't have horrifying issues. I know someone on PS4 who played for, they got to, I want to leave spoilers out of it because I know at least one person in our audience hasn't finished, so I want to keep to try not to spoil things directly, but one of the last places you unlock, not the final place you go to, but like one of the last planets you unlock, they were halfway through it, and their game just turned off, and then the save data got corrupted. And they looked it up, and apparently that was actually like for people particularly on PS4, but in general that was like 10% of people apparently were getting that bug at that same point in the game, where you did one thing on that planet and the game just deleted. So the game was rushed out the door. Nobody can deny that. However, as a hardcore Star Wars fan and a person who was actively watching Rebels in the middle of a Star Wars rewatch, I'd watched all the prequels at that point. I was starting stuff, and I wasn't just deep in Star Wars mode. It was heaven.
Yeah, they managed to like pull lore from like, it doesn't matter where you got into Star Wars at.
There was something.
They referenced from the prequels. They reference from the well, I could say not technically anything after because it takes place before then. But
there's references to future events, like there's characters and stuff referenced that aren't important yet. There's stuff that gets referenced that doesn't matter yet.
I mean, if you die at parkour in the Clone Wars, like the animated series, there's a lot of stuff from that actually.
A lot
of stuff from Rebels.
Yep.
It's just good. It's good, wholesome stuff. I don't know how I feel about Cal.
He gets better as the game goes on. He definitely starts as milquetoast little white boy, who I don't know why we needed another white boy in Star Wars at all, because literally that you could have done any other character in that game would have worked perfectly fine. But
yeah, as I have a friend that plays it. It just could not get into it. He's like, it's just one Weasley with a lightsaber. I can't get into this.
And I get that completely. I get that mindset. But he does get better, and once his story unfolds, particularly once you get more of, his story related to the Clone Wars, once you get more of his story related to, what happened, where he was during Order 66, once you get more of his evolution, he's a really good character. He's also bland as fuck.
He's super bland, and every other character in the game is more interesting to him.
By 1,000-fold.
Yeah, especially the guy with the seeds.
I mean, Greasy is just
greasy money, baby.
All I'm gonna say, so the game allows you to unlock like different skins for your ship and stuff like that.
So many ponchos.
Well, so many ponchos, but the moment I unlocked the Greasy money skin for the ship, I didn't care that I hated the color scheme. I just kept it because I'm like, it's called Greasy Money and it's his ship. The Mantis is his ship. I'm keeping that because it lore-wise makes sense to me.
Yeah, so I'm going to be the unpopular opinion here. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't like it. Like, the environment, the story, all that drew me in and that kept me going with it. But, like, the actual gameplay, I didn't like it. I don't want Dark Souls mixed in with my stuff. And then, like, I would say probably half the goddamn game is just, like, a slide simulator. Like,
I think I'm the only person.
Slide through so many things, and then at the end of the slide, you have to jump to the next slide, or the next wall run, or the next vine swing to the slide of the force stop, pull, time, rocket launcher, slide, wall run.
You exit
orgy.
Slides just to get to more slides in some parts.
Here's the thing about the slides. That was one of the things Greg and Tim said about on Kind of Funny when they were doing their review, a while back, and they were like, I love the game, but why the slides? And oh my god, the slides that I kept failing jumps. I never failed to jump in the whole slide thing, and I honestly would do the slides for fun sometimes. And there's one on Kashyyyk, which is 5 whole minutes. It is just sliding and then jumping, and it goes on for fucking ever. And this was me playing it. I was like a fucking kid, my jaw agape. I love the slides.
Strange
so
man.
You should look into all the bad Sonic games. You would love them.
I've played most of them. I love those sequences.
The texture for the first slide I encountered didn't load in. I had no idea what to do. That's awesome.
That's Yosemite Blam in chat, and yes, I understand that entirely. Also,
There's things that don't load in. Like I had story queue or event queues that just didn't happen didn't start.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is I think it is on Kashyyyk. Like you get onto an elevator, you get raised up, which is supposed to be this big combat. Nobody was doing anything when I got up there. They were just standing and looking at each other.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, hit them. And then I went to go hit the bad guys. We'll just say the bad guys. Everybody's just standing there. I kill all of them. They're still just standing there. I'm like, okay, restart. I had a couple instances of that where it's just like the event doesn't happen. It didn't get triggered or something.
My 2 favorite glitches in the game. One is an enemy AI one where there was just this area with a bunch of stormtroopers as we were, and I jumped down and they're all get him, and then they all ran towards each other and then ran off the level. And I'm just like, that's a new force
Jedi
power
mind trick.
I'm like, okay, I'll take that. That's appealing. And then my other one is you unlock very late in the game, you get another companion for your ship. And when this companion joined, I happened to right when it happened, I happened to save there, close my game, and reopen it. And what ended up happening is it ended up just triggering this thing. Goes, wow, it's so crazy being back on this planet conversation, except the game thought all the characters were outside the ship. So they were having a conversation about exhaust fumes getting in their face from the ship. And there was this conversation about what was going on outside and being back on the planet. But they're all sitting on the couch. All 3 characters having this conversation sitting on the couch. And they would just randomly stand up, spin around, walk through the couch. And all these things were going on. And it's just always, and I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, I love this game, but you're pissing me off so much right now.
I wish I should do the stream on it, because there's a point they're talking about Grease is going through a rough time. It's he's just out there. He's is he okay? I'm like, yeah, he just needs some time by himself outside the ship. And you turn to the right, he's just standing there in the kitchen.
Oh, the amount of times that Grease just needs some time to himself, and he's standing in the kitchen. Sometimes without the texture loaded on his face at all. So it's just Grease's body with just an untextured nightmare face. And it's
it didn't I gave him shout outs for trying to fit Dark Souls just into a Star Wars game. But
a Dark Souls and an Uncharted and 5 other games into a Star Wars game.
Basically they just look at every game that's successful. It'd be take a little bit of that, take a little bit here, a little bit there. It's more Sekiro than it's Dark Souls, but
true,
because they use the whole guard mechanic with knocking down their stance and parry and. But yeah, I remember I started playing. I had no idea it was a Dark Souls. I rolled up at one of the meditation points. Cool. I guess that's just a save point. It's oh, it completely goes out. All my enemies reloaded after. Oh, that's a bonfire.
Uh-huh.
You bastards. I love you and hate you right now. I'm so confused.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is what I feel about this game. So I really love the story. There are amazing moments in it. There's the visuals at some point. Like there's a shot, again, on Kashyyyk, which I was talking to someone in our Discord about, was what blew my mind, how absolutely beautiful, because you could literally, you're at the top of the world and you can see where you started from, like, you know, and I was really fascinated.
Some parts are amazing. There's something just like poop, like just...
Oh yeah, no, I mean the Wookiees are those some of the worst looking things in any video game ever. I cannot believe how bad the Wookiees look in this game. But so I'm saying, there's beautiful story moments, it has actual beautiful scenery and stuff. But what makes me happy about this game, you know, is this is game one. This is EA actually and you know, through Respawn committing to making a good story game that sold well. We're gonna get Star Wars Jedi : blank probably in 3 years, and that game will hopefully actually have a budget of time allowed so they can, because now they've actually got the basic engine made, and hopefully EA is gonna let them use whatever engine stuff and
hopefully
whatever
let
stuff
it like properly cook and not rush it out to cash in on nostalgia or
because
a big release.
I feel like Star Wars Jedi 2 is going to be the ticket.
This is from a company that openly stated that single-player story-driven games do not sell.
Yeah, well, Respawn
company
proved
overall,
them wrong.
not Respawn.
EA.
It did. EA does weird things, I swear.
Back to the Wookiees. I thought it was just me, but I'm glad you said something about the Wookiees.
They're bad.
Fucking weird. Like, they look very, very Christmas special-esque.
Oh, it's also the Wookiees when they're standing. So when the Wookiees are standing next to random human NPC number 7,
and
it doesn't even look that bad. But when you see a Wookiee standing next to, you know, one of your main characters, or when like you bring Cal right directly over to him, it's like. It's like Cal has this beautiful flowing red hair that's being hit by the breeze and doing all these wonderful things, and then this Wookiee
looked like it came out of a swamp.
That'd be complimentary. What the fuck is with this Wookiee look like?
It looks like if you ever like go look at the Star Wars like concept scenes they have. If you have Disney Plus, like they have cut scenes where it's like it's the very very basic idea of this, where it's just figures move. Their stand-in for the Wookiees is about the same as what they use in this game.
No, don't move it. I'm sorry.
I just had to change it. Yeah, no, for those audio listeners, people were dropping stickers in the chat and they were popping up over my face. Because I had the wrong Streamlab alerts location.
He just had the Christmas story leg on his face. That was great.
But yeah, that's it. So basically, I think all of us, except Ryan, enjoyed it to a degree. Like, it's a good game. Which is
I
good.
don't want to say
Battlefront, and which is also actually pretty good right now. But
what I'm gonna say is playing a Dark Souls light game made me want to play a Dark Souls or Souls-like actual game, which is something I never thought would actually happen. So in that sense, it actually interested me because I played the game on normal and then I bumped it up to hard. I never went, you can't go, I didn't want to bump it up like any higher than that, but I went to hard, and like I had fun learning a more complex combat system than I was used to, particularly coming off of a game like Outer Worlds, which while I love is mind-numbingly easy. I mean, a very basic thing, so it was nice learning something and being in a game where like it's melee, but I can't button mash, and I actually have to like take my time and study some tactics, and then also just beat the shit out of a bat because there's no logic in that fight at all.
That damn bat.
Mm-hmm. And I will actually say I think I only died like I died less than 20 times due to actual enemies, and I died only like 30 times due to I just walked off the level.
I died mostly at boss fights where the like difficulty spike goes way up out of nowhere.
The final boss
in particular.
Fight. Yeah, well, also I will say one thing in this I also heard on Kind of Funny's thing without spoiling the final. So the way the game tells you stuff is, you know when you could dodge stuff or block stuff or parry stuff, but when an enemy turns red, that means it's an unblockable move. Dodge the fuck out of the way, right? The final boss fight happens in an area with a lot of red glowing lights. The character has a red lightsaber. There's red accents on their outfit. it's also dark. It was virtually impossible to tell, and I died. About 60% of my deaths were in that fight because I legitimately could not tell what the hell when I was supposed to when there was an unblockable thing coming up. So I can't imagine for anyone with even with any that kind of like color blindness kind of thing would deal with that, because I actually that might have, in all honesty, that may have helped. Now that I'm thinking about it, just the red glows and it sucked and kind of took my steam out at the very end of the game. But
is that what we got to say on Star Wars Fallen Order?
I want to play it more. And I want to spend more time in the world, and I actually want to 100% the game at some point.
I want to 100% it, but I want it 100% in a place I care about, which is not Origin.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Yeah. So overall, surprisingly good. Taken out of the oven way too early. Like when you take the cookies out of the oven way too early, like ain't that right? It's just not right. It's too soft, but not cooked.
For a game that, like, 3 days prior to it releasing, I had no interest in picking up. Even I was just going to pick it up on sale down the road, kind of thing. And then I decided the last minute to pre-order it. I feel very good. And just for full disclosure, I did not end up pre-ordering it because EA sent me a review copy. So take that grain of salt.
So there we go. Our thoughts of Fallen Order. Thank you for sexy Darth Vader. All right, moving on to news. Kind of. Ryan has moved this from what he's played to the top of our news. Talk about, you had a viral tweet.
Yeah, I did. I had my first viral tweet ever. It was pretty cool. It's viral for me. It had I think 50,000 impressions, which is a lot for me.
No, I mean that's not bad.
But yeah, so I've been getting into wrestling a lot recently. Been following the old WWE, and this weekend was WWE Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2019. And I was watching a match between Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy, which just is like the worst wrestler name you've ever heard. Buddy Murphy. It's like, all I can think of is Dave Chappelle and the Charlie Murphy sketches every time I see Buddy Murphy. But anyways, Aleister Black comes out and he's like, he's like all creepy and, I'm scary and I got a vest on that has like spikes on the shoulders and I jump and I roll into the ring and they cut the lights on and he stands up and he's wearing these like kind of hunter green trunks and he's got a brown logo on the back and it just looks like this man has shat himself. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so I made a tweet.
Some buts.
No, well, yeah, I guess. But I made a tweet saying that he definitely looked like he had a poo-poo accident and it got picked up by a bunch of wrestling news sites and retweeted, and like it went downhill from there.
That's honestly absolutely amazing.
Like I always knew that somehow if I ever had a viral tweet, it would be shit related.
I mean,
just like WWE 2K20, and now we're back to gaming.
Yeah.
Nice, congrats on your literal shit post.
Yeah.
I mean, what's not to like about it? That's how I feel.
Jeez, right. So, I mean, some things happen, but I guess not. I mean, Game Awards happen, but the only thing you need to know about the Game Awards was the last "This is it" reveal. Fast and Furious is getting a game, baby, and that's all you need to know.
It's coming out for the PS3.
Maybe 2, late 2. At least it looks like.
It looks like
it was developed for mobile and ported over.
It's the same text. It's just an add-on for a PlayStation Classic console.
It looks like God of War 2 level. Like that's where I kind of feel it's at. Honestly,
not that they were bad, but like when they're doing like these little arcade games.
Yeah,
like I think we've had this conversation before where I've told you that I have never seen a Fast and Furious movie and don't want to.
I've only seen the original, so
I definitely don't want to play this game. I definitely don't want to play this game.
There's
it
nothing.
Seems like everybody's on board.
I mean, to be fair,
they're on board.
It's a movie. It's a movie
tie. You're misinterpreting me.
It's movie tie-in game. The game is what it feels like.
I'm just like Vin Diesel should know better.
No, he plays D&D.
But he also plays video games. He helped make a very awesome video game.
Actually,
at the time it came out, still looks better than this.
I really hope Vin Diesel. I really wish like Vin Diesel was mic'd when they first showed that trailer, because I really just feel like I really with all my heart hope he had not seen that trailer beforehand, and he was just like, the fuck?
The hell did I set on to?
Yep. But
damn it, they're just showing me clips of Horizon. That's what I want to watch.
But to be fair, it wasn't the only news. The other major news is the Xbox, which it's just called the Xbox, but it's part of the Xbox Series X, which makes it the Xbox X, was announced. Sudden drop. Nice. I was in a chat with a bunch of PR people, and we were honestly like losing our minds.
I could see Jeff Keighley almost dropped the mic because the way he presented that, it's like some things get leaked, spoiled, but sometimes there's stuff like this. I was like,
I mean, it was surprising.
That wasn't his words per words, but is essentially it.
It was essentially what he said, and it was surprising. It was shocking. I mean, from based on paper, it sounds interesting. The thing that stood out to me was Hellblade 2, which is now the Senua stuff is actually part of Soccer.
Hellblade need a sequel?
I haven't played it. I really desperately want to. It probably doesn't, but based on that trailer alone, it 100% does, because that was an in-engine, one of the single most mind-blowing, sexy-ass trailers I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes.
Metal-ass trailers.
Story-wise, she was done, man.
No,
she was done.
It doesn't.
She don't need no more.
It doesn't need more, but it looked gorgeous, and I don't give a flying fuck, Justin, if it doesn't need it, because that trailer is all that stood out to me from that entire
game. Is all I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's for the Game Awards.
It looks gorgeous.
It looks.
And
gorgeous.
I'm going to play it.
I'm going to play the original sometime soon.
Yeah. Shame that Capcom doesn't like Jeff Keighley, because they decided to drop Resident Evil 3 remake official trailer like on a few days later. I mean, which honestly, if you follow me, which I could tell no one does, kind of went on. Like, I disappeared from the internet like for a week, so I honestly didn't know what happened.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I might have heard a loud scream and pitch and both pleasure and excitement, and I knew it was just Britt Brombacher, but yeah, that's probably like something Resident Evil. But yeah, that, and it also is coming with the whatever multiplayer thing on it. Cool. There's some other stuff that happened at Game Awards, but I really don't remember.
I don't care enough. These straight up. We didn't do a real live reaction.
Camera at Elon Musk for a second, and you thought it was going to be all about him for a second. To the point you started getting up and walking towards the stage, like, no.
And somehow that was the least awkward, embarrassing thing of the night. I like the guy who straight up fell asleep during the show. Also one of the least awkward, embarrassing things of the night. But he was on camera a surprising amount for someone who was fucking sleeping.
By all means, a great show, which is, there's not too much to throw out there right now.
It was not a great show. I would stand by that.
Tsushima? God, that was a great trailer.
Yep, it looked good. Whatever.
Wait, what was the most single embarrassing thing?
God, ninjas. So I don't get into a heated conversation, I'm gonna say Ninja's outfit.
Okay. Fair.
That's what I'm gonna say.
And we're not talking about like the show, like planning of the show, presentation of the show. Great.
I would disagree entirely on that. I think
Really?
I think it was the worst Game Awards ever, and I really hope they never do one again. Like that level of bad. It depends on the room you're in, man. But I thought that was just one of the so poorly, and from everyone I know who was live there, it was a garbage show. From everything I've heard, the only positive thing I've really heard from people is Green Day was really good live, because they were certainly not good on stream. So Green Day was there. I really fucking hated the Game Awards from start to finish, which sucks because at the They did. I appreciate that. It sucks because the show started off. I was messaging with our friend Vanessa about how I really hope the Game Awards becomes the future E3, since E3 is becoming kind of a joke. So and
then you thought it might have been that for a second with the first reveal, and then it's like,
I just think it's a show. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're trying to court mainstream media while they're simultaneously trying to appeal to gamers, while they're trying to be an announcement-based show, while they're trying to be an awards show. And they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're trying to do 4 different things. It should just be a weekend festival.
Yeah. My biggest thing is I understand that television time requires you to sell ads.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, I know that's a thing, but literally I saw the same goddamn ad 7 times in a row every 10 minutes. And
Come on, man, you don't want Stadia?
No, I don't. I heard you the first time. But seriously, the advertisers made me just want to slam my head in a sliding glass door.
So, Megan saying in chat, a 3-hour infomercial for gamers, that would have been better, in my opinion. But I'm going to say Stadia. Speaking of Stadia, did you hear the Stadia news related to Borderlands 3? Because we don't have it on our doc. Borderlands 3 is coming out, except it is a 2-month-old version. It's going to be an unpatched release launch version is coming to Stadia, and it won't be.
When they advertised no patches, they meant it.
They meant it literally. And they're not going to be releasing patches for the Stadia version for 2 more months.
God, I want it to succeed. I'm not against Stadia as an idea. I want it to work, but it's been so. They have good people working on this. How do they not know it's this bad?
You want to talk about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order not being cooked enough. You want to talk about other games not being cooked enough. Stadia could have been so great, and I think some executive at Google panicked about Project xCloud. This is my theory. Someone panicked about what Microsoft was saying about it and said, we've got to get out before them, and as long as we're out first, we're Google. That's all that matters. And they might be right, in all honesty. That might be right in the long term, but this is we didn't do blunder of the year like we usually do on the Constant Calibrating Award show. There's so many blunders in 2019. This seriously would have been my pick because people who got their ordered founders editions. We know Will Power is a friend of the show who does PR stuff and marketing, big marketing person in the industry, didn't get his founders edition for a week after launch. We know that a lot of different stuff. It blows my mind the issues that they're having, and this has nothing to do with the logical problems that we all foresaw, which is 4K streaming and stuff like that, and how much bandwidth it was going to use, and all these things. These aren't even the issues. The issue is literally the library. The issue is them releasing unpatched games, stuff not working, them not talking about stuff, and I just don't get it. Yosemite Blam is saying in chat, I really wonder if the people who have Founders Editions will keep subscribing to Stadia Pro after it runs out. It was bundled with 3 months. It doesn't seem like the 4K is worth it, and I think there's going to be a massive drop-off in the long run because I don't see the worth of it.
That comes to... Oh, wait. Yeah. Sorry, keep going. I almost made a bad joke about the platform we're on. I love this platform. Love you, Picture.
No. You can make a bad comment about any platform.
I love Game Pass, and they know this, and
Game Pass is great. I don't know. So that's... I've been holding a Stadia rant for a while because, we talked a lot about Stadia leading up to it, so I've been holding that in.
Got it out of you. So something kind of going around right now. The Nintendo year-end review. By the way, Steam Winter Sale happening tomorrow. But Nintendo
they just announced it.
Yeah, I mean, when is winter? It's Steam. They're gonna sell stuff. So I haven't done this Nintendo year-end review yet. I did enter it in. I didn't look at it yet.
Well, I'm curious.
You should do a live reveal.
Yeah, do a live review. So so here's the 4 things I have on my phone that to look at. So these are the important ones for you. Number of games played, because a lot of the information is wrong. These are the ones I know are right. Numbers of game played. My Nintendo gold points collected. Number of hours played and most played games. So let's do a live reveal of Justin's, and then Ryan and I can do ours.
Okay. So my Nintendo Switch journey began March 3rd, 2017. First game I played, Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So far, so good.
It didn't list anything for me. I was really angry about that.
Let's see. Nintendo June reach. Okay, no, that's advertisement. Okay. Wait, is it Nintendo flashbacks? Super Mario Maker
The
2
flashbacks are advertisements for things you have already played.
Okay. Most played Nintendo Switch games. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. No surprise. Accurate. We can finally talk about this again. By the way, that also got revealed. The X-Men pack. They had X-Men. I didn't think they had. But I did guess 2 of them. I forgot what the other ones were.
Gambit's in it. That's all I care about.
Yeah, Gambit I guessed. Iceman I guessed. I forgot what the other ones were. What were the other ones?
Cable?
Cable. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't remember hosts.
Anyways, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Okay.
Sure.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Up there, number 3.
No,
that was Smash Brothers. Number 4. Yeah, I actually got all the badges of that one. I got to the point where you go after the I almost said the Fantastic Four, but that's not correct.
They're all right.
But yeah, you go down to the top dudes.
The
I
Elite
stop
Four.
playing as I do most games.
Yep.
Super Smash Brothers, and then The Messenger. Shout out to The Messenger making that list.
The Messenger.
Nintendo Flashback, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, September. Yeah, I haven't finished that for some reason. I like it. I don't know why I stopped. This is how many hours you played on Nintendo Switch in 2019. 247 hours.
Whoa.
Might be it. Well, I left it on a lot too. This is how many. Well, actually, if I add everything I've done, just mostly Zelda and Fire Emblem, that's probably up there. This is how many Switch games you played this year. 34. Probably.
Yes.
Not a flashback. I don't have that. All right. You spent the most time playing Nintendo Switch games on these days. August 10th, not a lot. Oh, wait. August 10th, July 26th, and July 20th. I wonder what that coincides with. I really do.
I was trying to figure mine out as well. All of my dates were something related to Fire Emblem, best I could tell.
Probably. And Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah, pretty
Wing
much.
Fit Adventure,
When
I
did
do
Fire
need
Emblem
that.
come out?
I don't. Wow. this is how many
Last
my
week of
Nintendo-
July.
How many Nintendo My Gold
I
points I
bet.
earned this year? Damn it, you're ruining my moment. Both of you, shut up. It's my show.
What? How many gold points?
2,572.
Damn.
Some gold points, man.
That'll
share
buy you
your
like nothing.
stats, I guess. Okay.
I mean, I saved all the pictures of mine. I don't have my. So that's all. So that's all yours, Justin.
That's on mine. What's next?
I don't. Well,
Advertisements.
so I was gonna say I don't have my full thing up. I just took some pictures and I can't get the page to load, so I'll just look at a couple of my picture things. So number of games played. I played 31 games in 2019. My gold points earned or collected 1,805.
Get on my level.
Most played games: Fire Emblem Three Houses, big surprise. Pokemon Sword. That surprised me that's already in the less than a week I've been playing it, my second one. And Moonlighter, which Moonlighter I played 15 hours of and then just put down.
That's such a good
and
game,
then
though.
number of hours played, 342.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
Yo,
like
wow.
120
Bunch
of
of
that is like 120 of that is gotta be Fire Emblem, and then I mostly play on the Switch. You got to remember that. So
It's true.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through everything. I'm just going to do some quick call-outs. Number of games I played on my Switch this year, 11.
nice.
Keeping it low. This is how many hours I played on my Switch in 2019. 49 hours. Now, hold up. This breakdown gets interesting because the top 5 games that I've played in 2019, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Graveyard Keeper, Super Nintendo Online, Luigi's Mansion, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 because I played it and because I had to. Anyways, the most time spent playing Nintendo Switch games was on these days: July 26th, July 27th, and July 19th. What day did Fire Emblem the Three Houses come out? July 26th, 2019. So, and I played in July. I played 25 hours of those 49 hours. So
you played 25 hours of Fire Emblem. It sounds like
essentially, yeah. I would say probably 20 hours of Fire Emblem and then 5 hours of Graveyard Keeper because I 4th of July, like the our 4th of July vacation we had, which was around the 19th. I played a lot of Graveyard Keeper.
Yeah, Ultimate Alliance came out the week before Fire Emblem as well, so that's why.
That's what it is then. That's what it is.
Yeah, so
That's gotta be it.
so that's why July is your packed month. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember what my big months were because again I can't get the stupid thing to load up. But I know July and August were my big times, and then if I remember right, March had a huge spike as well. Which March would have been me flying to and from Boston, so that's 10 hours of gaming right there.
Speaking of fun gaming stats, anybody saw like the Pornhub video game where people like consume the most at? And shout out for people on your Vita. And
the Vita had like 11% of the
this
share.
was what surprised me. How the hell did a 3DS? What are y'all doing?
Looking at porn on 2 different screens. How dare you?
One for each eye.
Yep. Look, people got to do what they got to do. Then they're also
somebody's PS4. Never.
Yep. Yeah, the porn stats were great. I love Pornhub's stats for both where people consume porn and then also this is a teen-rated show on Mixer, whatever. And then also where people...
They support people like Ray Narvaez Jr., apparently.
They do. They're huge supporters.
He got a nice gift basket from Pornhub Aria. It's great.
Very nice. But yeah, I was to say, and then there's also the most searched for games and like the percentages they went up or down. And there was some fascinating stuff on there. I think Minecraft was in the top 3 or something like that.
They have fun stats.
They had some good stats.
By the way, they watch everything you do.
Everyone watches everything you do. Yeah, so let's see. I think that covers most of the news. I think we just got your little last thing here, Justin.
Oh God, what did Brian throw in this? I'm not going to cheat. I'm just read it straight off.
Okay.
What are you talking about? The news thing?
What?
Are we talking about the last?
Oh yeah, crap! I forgot about that. That's something to throw in. That actually might be interesting. All right, so yeah, we're not gonna.
I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
This is the last.
Like, we actually have a topic, Justin. Like, we actually have a short topic
here, and I wanted to know what's the first game you're picking up for 2020, people.
So I actually meant to look this up before we got to this point, but this has been just such a thing. So I'm gonna pull up the game releases for 2020. Game Informer does their article all the damn time, just so I can remind myself. I think the first game I am picking up in 2020 might be Tokyo Mirage Sessions for the Switch. I heard good things about the original release of it, and it looks interesting. So there's a chance of that. And is the Yakuza coming out that month? Is that the RPG one, or is that a different Yakuza? I'm actually gonna look.
What's the name of it?
Like a Dragon? Probably. Yeah, it looks like that's actually Yakuza 7. That is very. Even though I've never played a Yakuza game, that just looks really interesting.
Now, are we talking like big AAA titles or just?
No, I'm just talking about what is the first game you're going to pick up, like the one that you know it's like I'm getting it.
Oh, the one I know I'm going to get. I'll probably buy some indie shit before this, but
same.
No game that I really am interested in comes out until March-ish anyway. So like Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's my first big one I'm excited for. Also later that month, Doom Eternal.
Yeah, I'm looking I'm considering picking up Tokyo Mirage Sessions, the first game that at least of major releases, right? So because a random indie thing, of course I'm gonna probably buy something, but of like listed releases, I think the first thing I'm definitely gonna buy is Animal Crossing, and I might pick up Final Fantasy VII Remake if I have the money for it before that. But it's really Animal Crossing is the first big one that it's big I gotta purchase.
Yep. I think the first thing I'm picking up is actually Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. It comes out at a nice point in January. Why not? And I actually enjoyed the game. A lot of it doesn't make sense, but it's fine. Sure. It's an open world Dragon Ball RPG, which is all I'm excited for. Except
that sounds cool.
It sounds cool, but like the parts where I say it doesn't make sense, like for people who know Dragon Ball Z, you know that story like front and back. But let's say like when Raditz kidnaps Gohan. Goku's son. And then you're riding off of Piccolo to go fight him. You do that, except it's like, no, that cat has a problem. Let's go see what's up with him first. Some parts just doesn't make sense. We'll fight robots.
So it's
Don't
like Dragon Ball Z Skyrim. It's Dragon Ball Z Skyrim. The world's getting fucking eaten by dragons. We're gonna go and piddle far around at the honey farm.
His son is kidnapped. it's not his first priority, but it's also Goku, who's a bad father, so it's also like on point. Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited about it. I played it and crashed it at one of the PAXs, and can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, that was a PAX West where you destroyed it.
Yeah, and I'm shout out to them for actually covering the whole Z Saga, even though after this they need to not make another game to Z Saga because, God, super something, man. Go back to Dragon Ball. Just
dragging your balls.
Like, can you imagine a voice cast? Like, I'm surprised how excited they sound every time they do it, because they have had to redo that story back and forth. I don't know how many times. Does ever record it every single time to cover that story again in each game? Top of redubbing it every single time it gets re-released. They must love what they do. Yay for them, plus paychecks, I guess, but man, like Dragon Ball, baby, I love it.
You do you. You do you.
Like, before I even watched the show, I remember being a kid and doing an SNES emulator and doing the Dragon Ball Z RPG on that. And that game was...
Super Nintendo 1? So good.
To say it like I guess people normally say it, that game slapped hard AF.
No, the Nintendo ones. Nintendo ones were good. Which, by the way, that's how old Dragon Ball is.
I never played a Nintendo
The Nintendo ones actually had a line of RPGs that span all the way through the Cell Saga.
Wow.
On Nintendo.
So do we think Cyberpunk is coming out in April?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel it is. I think it'll hit April. I think it'll hit exactly when they're saying.
Yeah, it'll be playable in your Tesla.
Exactly. By the way,
it's all about it.
I have a contender with 2 weeks left in the year for the best gaming article headline. So today, for those who didn't see, Puma announced a brand of gaming socks and a sex chair. A gaming chair for consoles.
Speaking of Pornhub.
So the chair is unimportant in this discussion here. The socks are supposed to help you have better traction. Or I honestly don't understand the thing, but they're $105. So Andy from Ubisoft made a comment. This wouldn't be entirely absurd if it wasn't priced at a level similar to many mid-range gaming mice. Well, PC Gamer has an article with the headline: Puma's gaming socks cost $105 and don't even have RGB lighting. And that might be my absolute favorite headline I have ever seen for anything.
Especially like if that's just like it has grips, I guess, like that would be good for VR.
Mm-hmm. It's made me so freaking happy when I saw that. Like, it's just made me laugh my ass off.
Yes, I did pause because I'm playing this line.
Why not?
Sorry, this is my show. How do y'all like it?
I like it. It's my favorite thing to do during the week.
Ryan, thank you for joining us again.
This was totally worth it.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
This is worth it. Absolutely.
This is just how we close out the year.
Well, I didn't realize this was gonna be the last one, and I was just kind of worried because I'm gonna be gone for a while, and I just wanted to continue to make myself known that I'm still here. God damn it!
So we appreciate having you. We're glad to have you on this episode. Because next Wednesday's Christmas and the following Wednesday's New Year's Day. We're not doing a Wednesday show on those days. So Justin and I just made sense to take both shows off for 2 weeks.
I wish it was Christmas today.
No, something I may do. This is not official. I'm thinking about it. Actually, I'll talk about this post show because those are people who are going to be interested into it, and you're not going to hear it by the time I actually do. Well, you might, but whatever. Follow me on Twitter. Post show. I might announce it. But yeah, that is all for 2019. Whew. Ended with the president impeached. Great year. Why not? Not political. It's weird that we did this show like literally when it's happening.
Yep.
So thank you for joining us this week. The Catch All Gaming Podcast is live every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, except today and the next 2 weeks.
Except for special occasions, yeah.
Yeah. Right here on Mixer.com/ConcalPod. We'll be back January 8th with a brand new episode of Catch Y'all. I will be an official year older. I don't know how I feel about that. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/constantly calibrating, Twitter at ConCalPod. I'm Justin is. That doesn't make sense.
You wrote it.
I'm Justin at Justin_Glorious on Twitter. Josh is at Bear Punch. We also have Ryan here at You're the Real Ryan Firster, right?
No, just at Real Ryan Firster.
Okay, there we go. But the makes you sound more important, like the Batman versus Batman.
Think about it. Long as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, he'll be the realest Ryan Firster.
The last remaining.
Instagram at Instagram.com/.
Rise of the Firsters.
Come chat with us on Discord at constantlycalibrating.com/Discord. We're all going to see Star Wars in like 24 hours. It's great.
Yeah.
Please make sure to leave us a review wherever you're able to. It really does help get the podcast in front of more listeners and helps us get into some events. Apple Podcasts and Spotify help the most. Sorry that we don't have an image on Apple Podcasts. It's a thing.
I've been fighting
I'm not calling you out, Josh. I'm saying
no, I've been fighting with them for a whole year about that. It's so damn annoying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And with that, Razzle Dazzle Gastro Pup. So we catch you next time.